Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome, and the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. We opened the November 29th, 1985 edition of the TNT program. Luscious Johnny Valiant is out. He's basically talking about the tag team champions and the various tag teams that are coming forward. He also is talking about the fact that the British Bulldogs are going to be a pretty big thing. Mentions that he is a former tag team champion in his own right and is pretty vociferous about talking about the Dream Team being the best team in the WWF at the time. It's always interesting how the best is the current. I've always found that interesting in wrestling, how the oversell of the best being, there's a difference between one of the best and the best. But anyway, Greg Valentine comes out in a big purple robe, and none other than Brutus the Barber Beefcake makes his way out in a very simple and simplistic manner. There is a highlight film with the Dream Team against two enhancement talents. They regained the tag team championships, did the Dream Team from the U.S. Express, and ultimately, very basic punch kick with Beefcake. Beefcake drops the shot into the midsection. Valentine with the hammer shots, and overall gets very, very basic in his approach to things. Hard shots by Beefcake, tries to take his man into the corner. Beefcake really doesn't kick off until 1987 as far as a major star, but he and Hogan are in the WWF for a long, long time. Both Beefcake and Hogan coming in, about 6 months apart. Hogan in 83, Beefcake in 84. Valentine drops the elbow on his enhancement talent adversary and then goes for various leg stretchers to get the figure four in place. Johnny Valiant talks about the possibility of returning to wrestle for him, and Valentine gets the figure four for his trouble. Captain Lou Albano does the Santa Claus thing very regularly. Basically, all the kids talk about wanting to be wrestlers or to have interactions with the superstars. And one guy is making lewd passes at Wendy Richter, among other things. Mr. Fuji out with Don Morocco. They hype the Fuji Bandito and the Fuji General and all of that. Super basic things along the way, nothing necessarily worth writing about. And ultimately, they talk about the um, wrestling album, which they've been hyping pretty much for weeks now at this point. And then we see a enhancement match, as it were. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat against, I believe, Mark Young. Joined in progress. I hate the joined in progress concept, as I've mentioned on this channel literally probably hundreds of times before. I just think it inspires people not to watch your complete program. And if you're not encouraging people to watch the complete program, why should they? You know, couple of really basic things, back chops and backbreaker, and then a top rope splash. Then we see uh, uh, Don Morocco laying out none other than um, uh, Ricky Steamboat in a very basic deal there, and tries to lays him out with the belt, and sets their feud up. Their feud goes on for actually into 1986, which is a pretty basic thing. Morocco, again, kind of fallen so far from doing the Intercontinental title run, the Fuji General thing. They highlight it, and it's basically a General Hospital ripoff. Morocco trying to say that he's flirting with the nurses and all of that mess. It's goofy, not worth going out of your way to see unless you really like campy stuff. Then Fuji Bandito, they do basically a Western knockoff, almost like a John Wayne saloon scene. Even a mock shooting takes place there, and obviously in this day and age, you couldn't get away with that type of stuff. But anyway, super basic and campy stuff. However, for the time, people look back at it and think it's really enjoyable. I will say it's enjoyable from the standpoint of, um, kind of a basic thing. Lou Albano and Mr. Fuji engage in kind of an egg toss sort of situation, and then they close the program. Certainly a very vaudeville-ish program as we close there. We'll be back with more right after this.